Oh, my. This is a good one. Thank you. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, our last moments. Wow, 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 wow. This really has been a phenomenal convening, and I really just want to thank you all for showing up fully for the experience, sharing your ideas and your recommendations. And before I extend any other thank yous, I want to ask you to thank the parent advisors again. You all have made this convening as rich as it possibly could be. So thank you so much. Last night, the parent advisors actually shut down Lime Slicers. So they had a good time. We call it social capital. So there are a few people in the room that were at Think Exchange 2014. I hope they're in the room because I'm going to call on them. Lynn Applebaum, where are you? Yay, Lynn. So Monica Barzak. Yay. Is Reggie here? He's not here, but he was here in 2014. Tamika Henry. Yay. Yolanda Johnson Peterkin. Where are you? Okay. Megan Wyatt. Yes. So these are the originals, right? They've been on this journey for 10 years, some longer than 10 years. And I would like to ask Tamika and Lynn and Monica to share some reflections. So, Tamika, since you're walking, you're up first.
Oh my goodness. Hello everybody, good morning. How is everybody feeling? Oh, I hope you're feeling refreshed and revitalized like I am. I can remember coming here for the first time and was scared. Scared silly to be on this stage sharing my story in front of 200 individuals who I didn't know so well. I never imagined that I would be back here. But this is 12 years later. Doing the work and impacting lives, like the organization Head Start that helped me. And so it almost feels, not even almost, it feels so full circle. And even listening in the different sessions and giving our feedback, but taking so much home that I'll be able to implement, that I'll be able to scale, that I'll be able to push for stronger policies for families and their well-being.
Yay.
So I am extremely thankful for Ann and your entire team for starting this initiative, but also scaling it and keeping it going for so many more. I have friends in so many other states, thought partners. I have nieces and nephews in like 30 other states that we really check on one another. We check in on one another. We share ideas when we get stuck. And I'm just proud of where we were, where we are, and where we are soaring to go. So I appreciate you. And thank you for allowing me to have the mic for a few minutes.
Absolutely. You deserve the mic every day. So we're going to go now to Monica.
Normally you give people a heads up before doing this, Marjorie, don't you? I feel like that's
You're quick on your feet, I
been
know.
the thing. I am so thrilled and honored to be here 10 years down the road. And I feel like some things have really stayed the same, which is the care and the attention that the Ascend team puts into creating safe spaces where everyone can exchange ideas and stories, no matter if you're the commissioner of a state department, if you're a first-year parent advisor, if you're somewhere in between. I feel like every time I've been here, the space is thoughtfully created to allow people to participate fully and however they want to in their authentic way. And yet, at the same time, it's been really interesting to have the frame of a 10-year look back. And some of what my little group talked about earlier today was the growing presence of the parent voice in the work is, I think, really noticeable. The first time I was here and there was a parent panel and Tamika was on it, and I was like, wow, I've never been to a conference where that's happened before. Like, that's pretty cool. And at the next one, maybe Kat Tulsa got to bring a parent along, and it was just so special and amazing. So to see how that piece of it has grown, how the commitment to that piece of it has strengthened, is something that's really noticeable. And I just commend, I'm thankful to be a part of this family and field of work. And thank you, Ascend, for keeping the momentum rocking and rolling.
Thank you, thank you. And Lynn is up next. Thanks, Lynn.
I'd like to reiterate the part about how usually you tell us. Just don't, what, Anne's criticizing me. Yeah, so I'm just going to stand here next to Anne where it's safe. But there's great value in going after Tamika and Monica because, yes, to all of that. Also, just before I reflect on this, if people could spend a lot of time on your way home thinking about the Mets who just need one more, just one more is all I'm asking for. Losing 6 rather than 5 would be, but so thank you. Also, thank you to this entire community and particularly to the Ascend team for inspiring such curiosity and commitment and compassion. It's a tremendous privilege to be part of this movement. And for me, it's the stories that stick with me, so I'm gonna tell 2 stories. One that I learned yesterday and one that I learned probably 10 years ago. It was 9 years ago, but we'll round. So, Rachel, are you here from Street Cred? Are you still here? So, I'm going to tell your story. So, if you haven't learned about Street Cred yet, please do. But imagine, if you will, a pediatrician's office and a parent in that office who the pediatrician sees in the waiting room, and the parent is crying, and the pediatrician, who, spoiler alert, is Rachel. So the pediatrician knows the difficulties this family has gone through, knows that the father has passed away, thinks something is up, goes to check, and learns that the mother is crying because she's just learned she's getting a $12,000 tax refund because while she saw her pediatrician, she also was helped to file her taxes. And that story is going to stay with me. And that kind of work is being done in every community each of us represents. The other story is I'm now at United Neighborhood Houses of New York. Ask me about settlement houses. But when I was lucky enough to start with Ascend, I was at Education Alliance, also a member of UNH and the Ascend Network. And I remember talking to the mother of a young man who had just graduated from high school and was going on to college, and I was congratulating her on all he had done and all she had helped him do. And she said, "I'm not done yet." And that's what I think coming here and leaving here is this movement has done a tremendous amount, and we have a tremendous amount to be proud of. And we like the Mets, are not done yet.
Awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So thank you to Mika, Monica, and Lynn for sharing those reflections and for being quick on your feet. I called on you because I knew you would do it. So thank you. And before I close out, I want to say a very, very special thank you to the Ascend team. If you wouldn't mind standing up so you can be fully recognized. These folks are the best and the brightest, and they inspire me every single day. So thank you for allowing me to work with an amazing team. And Adam, where are you? He gave me some housekeeping notes for you all. First, if you have any questions, ask Adam. But the other thing is checkout is at 11. And we promise to have you out of here shortly. So my life motto is by Sarah Delaney. Does anyone know Sarah Delaney? She became famous at the age of 103. Her and her sister wrote a book, Having Our Say, and about their incredible life. And her saying was, life is short, make it sweet. After 103, it's still short, still opportunities to make it sweet. So let this image of this comment that Paula took this photo be the image for Think Exchange 2024. Life is very, very fleeting. We know that so well from yesterday. So please be safe on your journeys and carry this work forward because you are the coalition of the willing. You're the ones that know that these systems are broken for families, and you're doing everything every day to make that different. Okay, in closing, there was one other person that was at Think Exchange 2014, Kane Smego. He is a spoken word artist, creative in all ways, proud parent, living the two-gen life in all ways. And I would like to welcome you up because this is our gift to you all, Kane's spoken word as he summarizes Think Exchange 2024. Thank you, Kane. Okay, thank you.
How y'all feeling? Made it through. Nah, it's been beautiful. It's been beautiful. I'm gonna try to do a really brief intro to not hold y'all, because I got some things to share with you. It's a big honor. It's always a lot of pressure to be in this space, learning and hearing from all of you that are like at the front lines of doing this work of healing, strategic healing. And I think my biggest goal always is just to, in any way I can, do you justice in a small way. So there's a piece that I was invited to come create 10 years ago, attend all the sessions, learn a lot, and try to compile that over the end of the 2.5 days into something. 5 years ago, I came to DC and kind of added to that piece. So I have that piece that I added as well from this year. And then I also just being in the fields and trying to go with whatever I felt in this moment and all the things I was hearing inside and outside of sessions across the kind of roller coaster of all the emotions we're feeling in the world right now and in your work right now. I have a shorter piece that I'm gonna open with that's a little more rapid fire. I'm also an MC, so you know that element. But I promise the second piece will be a little slower paced and we'll take our time and there might be some shout outs involved. But this first piece is gonna be a little rapid fire, so. I've been thinking a lot about the number 2. Two generations ago, 2 worlds still equatored by Mason-Dixon, 2 maps, one lined with red, 2 times speed, fast forward decades, 2-headed beasts on channel 2, still crosshair, 2 birds, 1 stone, CRT or LGBT or absentee father and welfare mom, 2 scapegoats for the auction block's legacy of dismemberment, 2 wagons smuggling blood and breath in 2 directions. Now, less than 2 centuries after, 2 centuries of shackles, too many generational curses to count. A score kept on 2 sheets, mind and body, $2 $2. All he asked me for were 2 streets stumbled into each other, 2 thoughts in snap judgment. The first one socialized, the second our authentic values. Like Micah said, 2 hemispheres of brain and of earth, colonized from inside out. 2 flights to get here, 2 worlds away from the realities of 2 jobs or 2 children or 2-inch stack of bills, those 2's cubed. Give us your 2 cents from lived perspective. Nah, give us your 98 this time. Experience is the currency of wisdom, but too many tokenized. No tuition for your tutelage, while 2-time and counterfeits overdressed to hide the naked truth that 2 shits too often not given by 2-piece suits with Tupelo tongues and 2-bit excuses and 2-party system, 2 peas in a pod, 2 evils, 1 lesser, or just 2 groups of human beings letting us down when 2 left feet dance around the issues that some shoes can't pirouette away from or outrun alone. About 2 weeks till Judgment Day, no 2 ways about it, no way up out it too soon. Spoken, this too shall pass, but not without tooth and nail. Toussaint Louverture, spirit howling. There be warrior legacies here on Turtle Island, cradled between 2 oceans, 2,000 miles from Africa's coast, 200 decibels fierce, that Tamika Henry type confidence like I'm gon' win, watch me. Touche, 200 lanterns pool their glow in this room with smiles 2 city buses wide, each of you a beacon marking shelter or feast, 2-piece and a side, or spilling your light onto shrouded paths where 2 roads diverge in frosted woods that some boots were never offered passage to. On this dervish hunk of space rock we are all fastened to. Anytime 2 hearts gather fused in the name of justice, we build temple for 2 eyes in the dark, choosing our shoulders. Too many monsters under the bed. I am also afraid sometimes, and need the courage of village, from homes to campus to government to generations to generation. Us too, them too, a future we walk hand in hand into. Thank you. All right. Thank you, thank you. Oh, man. Appreciate you. All right, I got one more for you, though. And I'm gonna start with a song. It's sometimes in moments when I need to settle, song puts me into that. And this is a new song that I recently wrote and have not released yet, but I think it was written in thinking about communities and folks doing this type of work. So I come from North Carolina, I come from the South, and we have singers and we have singers. And I don't know if I'm either, but, you know, I can hold a tune every now and again, so I'm going to start with this. I know that all is going to heal. I know that strong is our will. All us just the open wounds, searching for our stitches. Prayers waiting on the answer. There's only crickets, and I know that all is gonna heal. I know that all is gonna heal. That all us just the open wounds, searching for our stitches. Tall and lonely cliffs, dreaming of bridges. An ear listens, gathers muffled sound, rippling through amniotic fluid, a preview of what's to come. A body soft as molten metal in the furnace of a womb, raw ore, not yet iron, a lyric, not yet song. The first thing an unborn child hears is their mother's voice, all silk and comfort, or all rasp and panic, and they learn, parent and child. Synchronized swimming in the crash of brain waves. I too was learning at 7, listening to the textbooks and chalkboards in the incubator of my grade school classroom. And the first thing I heard was that work was out there. It was the chugging of cash registers and conveyor belts and achievements certified by punch clocks and time cards. Work was work when they paid you for it. My mother was a house cleaner. A sorceress of mop sticks and feather dusters. On sick days and summer days, I'd trek to suburbia to help her unburden the homes of strangers. The scrubbed tiles and dusted bookshelves were labor, profession, worthy of paycheck and praise. She scrubbed our floors and bookshelves too, but every task I learned was only expected love when performed behind the curtain of home. Household tasks were only work when completed out of household. Listening to the radio within the belly of my apartment, the first thing I hear is that welfare is lazy. Welfare is lazy. Motherhood is lazy. But what else is mother than euphemism for hardest damn career on the planet? It's the name of the army that is her job description. There is no assembly line here. She is alarm clock, stylist, nurse, chef, taxi driver, tutor, therapist, accountant, and treasurer, balancer of checkbooks and calendars, teacher, full-time student and working professional, salvadora, advocate, singer of lullabies, performer of miracles. Some miracles are children. All children are miracles. What magic it must be to watch a piece of yourself rise like an island out of your sea, grow feet and walk circles around you, laugh, cry, speak, make you goddess and hero, name you mommy, and perfect, name you miracle. Beater of all odds, even when you don't share the same blood or skin tone or household, or not nuclear or normal, but are family nonetheless. Miracles, like children, sometimes have trouble believing in themselves when raised in drought of doubt, and there is nothing more worthy of grief than withering perfection. So let us be rain cloud ripe. Let us be soil fertile as womb. Let us be field of dreams and forest of faith, homegrown social capital. These be family recipes, the zest, the sweet. So the best of us are humble sous chefs that trust their lead. Salt, acid, heat, or hope, money, love. That Roan Collins flavor palette that lifts spirits to higher callings, like Mistral retracing steps she didn't remember taking. The irony of coming full circle to break the cycle. I guess destiny always knows your name. Picture Ariel, cap and gown fresh, that reflection of his tassel flip gleaming beneath the lashes of two young Ventura Lazos, galaxies of possibility spiraling into eyes, watching cosmic shift as their father calls a world into being, terraforms a dream like Daria Willis, fighting to restore the gravity lost to a budget cut swirling abyss as planets in survival mode fear their moons may wobble like loose screws from orbit, but somehow pull it all together like mamas always do with conviction. The way Michelle Howard's boys gon' know mama's warrior is double helixed into their backbone. Two springs coiled in DNA, and we can say kinship has always been far ahead of the policy curve. Isn't temporary or conditional, but we punch above our weight class, so it's time to scale up, to keep demanding that they stop speaking of poverty like crop circles, like things of unknown origin, holes in the earth left by hands who use the soil to build their monuments. Tell them stop speaking of poverty as all flies and distended bellies, something foreign and distant and dirty and worthy of pity and disdain. Stop treating history like it ain't cumulative. Human behavior like coincidence. Lottery numbers rather than structured equation. And may government and science be champion of justice this time around. Scholarly retribution for the centuries of validated eugenics, forced sterilization, defense of inequality as natural order, upheld through cracked whip and published theorem. Hypotheses gallivanting as fact. This time, may the meta-analyses corroborate the fathers with grave-shift alibis struggling to prove they are anything but absent. This time, may the line graphs echo the testimonies of mothers fighting wars we watch safely from ivory towers through spyglass fogged with white noise. So let our equity lens stay polished but not be telescopic. That Juan Pena knowledge reminding us we can't solve a problem we don't understand, and we cannot understand it from a distance, because fact is that's when theory is too lazy to be practiced. So let us move closer, lean in, share breath, forge alloy of allies from quill and counsel and laboratory to grounded boot on sidewalk. We are here because we won't compartmentalize the struggle of family, because we inherit more than chromosomes. When trauma and toxic stress can be an heirloom curse, secondhand affliction, we are here because pregnancy should not be eviction notice for aspirations. Parenthood is not prison sentence. Umbilical cords are not finish lines, but ribbons of inauguration, a grand opening, conception birthing new conceptions of self, of purpose, a rewiring of circuits. I wonder if Piaget knew that this period is critical and sensitive for us too, for wellspring and offspring, because our parents' victories dress us in bravery, clothe us from the wardrobes of their success, and damn, we fly when we strut in our parents' pride. I am no fool. I know my diploma wears the perfume of my mother's sweat, and I can still remember getting lunch with her after my first week of college, and she, after 17 years of cleaning houses, had just finished her first week of esthetician training. A new dream, an educational loan, an unspoken feeling that we had to climb together. And I say, ain't no too late. And I say, Mom, I'm proud of you. And she says, you make me proud. And I forget who's supposed to be proud of who, and we say proud together, like mantra, like hymn, like duet in two-part harmony, two-generation harvesting. And I am here because we can claim to be travelers, but we haven't come far enough. Lady Luck may have a thing for hard work, but she still loves cologne, the scent of privilege. And some of us were born with skin wrapped in its sweet bitter, because race is a language we were forced to learn and now speak so fluently, it's hard to tear it from our tongues and thoughts and daily practice. When a mother walks into the lobby again and doesn't feel respected, knows Ralph Ellison's longing to be seen, heard, listened to, hear. So we'll stop pretending to always get it, claim to be colorblind when poverty has never been, that we don't see race. A festering wound cannot be treated if ignored. A veil is no replacement for a tourniquet here. And so we come to as bridge builders, with those teetering on edge of benefits cliff, because the only path across opportunity gap is a drooping high wire, and they Jim Crow'd the canyon in the first place because our country has a history of burning the cake, then offering a sloppy icing, a dollop of reservations and partial reparations. Collection plate runneth over with apologies and excuses. Who's this rundown hatchback with stretched limousine ego? Not us. Let us not remain that nation, hiding our flaws in the shadows of our achievements, because patriotism too often means love for country, but not for all the people in it. And justice may be done, but is never done, is never made, but is always in the making, and we are here to make it. But let us not speak only of what is lost and missing, but what is left and thriving. Reframe our triage as wealth building. Remember Raquel Hatter's reminder that families are more agile and resilient than systems when denied housing and health care and dignity, when escaping prison cells and patriarchy, border patrol and dead-end jobs, addiction and detention and debt. They are still here, and we are here. 10 years deep, 580 partners strong, set on scaling and systems and policy change. Orchards infiltrating food deserts to cultivate joy between us until our walking forests heal. And we gonna do it till we're hearsed in like Zora Neale, eyes watching God, divinity found in pediatric waiting rooms, spirits buoyant with laughter that rise over high rise in search of something with more imagination, not some project projected on them. Right, Yolanda? A home worthy of joy, for joy is a living thing, an aspen grove growing in the chest and waiting for its turn to turn gold. Before my son was born, he's 3 now, I remembered this fact I heard, that babies in the womb experience REM sleep at around 28 weeks. Whether or not they are dreaming remains a mystery. But if they are, I wonder what they're dreaming of. Maybe swimming through oceans of amniotic fluid, umbilical cord tug-of-wars, or perhaps they are dreaming up the world they want to live in. And we must keep dreaming up ways to give it to them. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate you so much. Be well. Much love and energy and respect in the continued fight. Get home safe. Take care, y'all. Peace.